Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Bouncing. My name is Susan Churchill. I'm a certified trainer and practice group leader with Spring Forest Qigong. And I'm so happy to be with you again today. So, we're starting a week, if you start weeks on Monday. and I thought I'd just bring in play today, is the word. Maybe we'll use it for all the different ways we play all week. Morning, Christine. So, play. So, how about that? So, we were talking last week with bringing in different animals and how they work and they play outside, and how important it is to remember that we are part of nature. So, how can we bring play in today? I don't know. Let's find out. Breathe in and out. Settle yourself. Bring yourself in as balanced as you can, mind, body, spirit, and we will help ourselves and each other to get aligned and to start our day just the best we can. So we have an amazing, wonderful day today. So have your feet about shoulder hip distance apart. Bend your knees a little bit. Elbows out. Stretch your fingers. Smile on your face. Tuck your chin in a little bit. Feel your spine nice and straight. Touch the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth. Feel the connection from the earth up through the bottom of your feet. You may start to feel this as we do it every day. You might start to feel a warmth coming up or a feeling of calmness as this peaceful energy run, I guess we could say, seeps up through the bottom of our feet. Morning to Dorothy and June. Coming up, say, good morning. See that beautiful light in the lower dantian? That's our vitality. Moving up to the middle dantian, our heart center. Continue up through the body, letting the shoulders soften, everything soften and align itself. You might find your posture changing on its own. That's perfect. Coming up through the throat, the jaw, the sinuses, your brain, top of your head, and your attention goes out into the universe further and further and further. The center of the universe is a brilliant sun, and feel its beams of light and love coming down on you and through you and communicating with the earth. And we'll start bouncing from the knees. Breathe in through the nose, slowly, deeply, gently. Breathe out through the mouth, slowly, gently, fully. Pick one of your out breaths and follow it all the way till it ends by itself naturally. And then wait, be patient until your body inhales again. How's that starting to feel in your body? Are you starting to feel more than um, just like your mind being awake? Are you are you feeling your body inside? All parts of it are waking up. Let's take our hands over our head for 5 minutes of bouncing with our hands over our head to live to 100. Letting the hands just flap at the wrists. So today, on every Monday, as a matter of fact, in case you don't know, Spring Forest Qigong has one of its teachers, trainers, practice group leaders leading a practice called Spring Forest Qigong every day. And you can find it on YouTube. You can go on to springforestqigong.com and look up um, live practices. I think it might be under live practices, but you can find it. And so that's at 8 a.m. Central. So I want to make sure I'm off in time so that everyone can go. My friend Ellen Cohen is going to be leading today, and uh, she's going to teach something fairly deep. I'm looking forward to it. And have a chair nearby because I think part of it we're going to be sitting in a chair. So, and if you can't get there live, they are recorded, and you'll find them on the Spring Forest Qigong page on YouTube. Morning, Alicia. Bouncing in play. So I'll tell you a fun thing I've been playing this last week or so. A long time ago, when my sister was sick and I was taking her to the doctor and the hospitals and stuff, and you got to sit there for hours and hours. Hi, Shelby. So I downloaded that silly game called Candy Crush. Well, I happen to be good at it, and I noticed, I don't know, a week or two ago, that they were having this contest, All Stars. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to win any game, I might win that. So I got through two knockout rounds, but didn't make it into the final knockout rounds. Anyway, so talk about play, So I made sure that I was taking some time out to play. Now, you might not, maybe it wasn't, going outside and moving my body, but it was fun. and considering that I do not buy any boosters, I think I did pretty well. So play in whatever way works for you. Do you like to do crafts? Is driving to, just driving around, is that play for you? Is doing crossword puzzles, is actually going outside and digging a hole and planting a flower, is that play? So this week, let's just explore play. And remember, it is spring. And, we have a lot of critters like we were looking at last week that can demonstrate play. And now that it's nicer out, we actually had a nice day. You could be outside and not in lots of coats. At the playground, there's playgrounds, there's parks, and watch people playing with their pets and their kids and their friends. And let yourself catch that want to play and the need to play. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Shelby. So bring that in this week, playtime. My one girlfriend, she likes to bowl. She has a group. They bowl every week. So there's an idea. You could just say, hey, nobody's gotten together for a while. Let's go do something or other. Maybe there's a bingo game if you want to be, fun and make money in case you win. Or maybe you want to do, take a class at like the community center. I was looking at the one from Harper, which is by me. That's where I teach Qigong. Ooh, you could come take my class. That'd be awesome. And there's so many different things you can do, right? You can do things like Tai Chi and yoga and Qigong and sound baths and, what's it called? Zumba. There's a class in front of mine, and they do Zumba, and they just have a blast doing that. You can take fencing. You could take crochet. You could take German. You can learn how to use a computer. You can, there's so many things. You know, what kinds of things do you like doing? You could take a class through a Botanic Gardens place that's near you. Like, how about taking, this actually sounds like a really good idea for me. How about taking a watercolor class or a flower sketching class from a place that has flowers like that, like a conservatory or something like that, nature conservatory. What if you just don't know how to use, um, some program on your computer and you've been saying, hey, man, I really need to learn that. And what if that becomes part of your play? We're doing our shoulder shrugs as I come up with lots of ideas. So bring in some good ideas of what play is for you or ones that you think, hey, I would actually like to do that. Whittling. I looked up whittling. You know, you can get kits for whittling. Let's do our tapping and cupping. Tap the cheekbones, open, open, open. All blockages gone, completely healed. Hi, Pam. Hi, Danielle. And the beginning of the eyebrows. Where are you coming from? Canada today. Excellent. Cupping the top of our head. Cupping the base of our head. You can get all kinds of fun kits, crafting kits, and they're not all like, just for little kids. There are so there's some really expensive kind of puzzles, like wooden puzzles that actually have motors and a dragon that moves or whatever. Hey, maybe you want to make a bird feeder or one of those bat houses. We've been saying that for many years that we would make one of those. Maybe that's what we're going to do this spring. Hi, Mary. Cup your kidneys. Rub with the back of your hands and the palms. Feeling good. Tap your tailbone. Tap your hips. This year is we're in the fire element for like 10 years or something, right? The dragon. So even though it's the actual year of the snake right now, but the fire is the overall 10-year cycle. And that is like summer, right? Because fire element, up on the toes, down the heels. Avoid this if you're pregnant. And so the fire is a summer element. And fire element is the summer season. And in the summer, we're so active, right? So think of how activity and creativity goes together for this whole 10 years. So what kinds of things do you want to get started that maybe you start them now and you're going to be like a master at, like Qigong master. All right. So standing in beginning of the universe, feet grounded, knees bent, spine nice and straight, elbows out, stretch the fingers and toes, smile on your face, tuck your chin in, release the fingers, feeling the ends are still tingling. Tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth. Let that bubbly joy come up from your heart. You can feel it bubbling up and making your smile naturally come up on your face. Change your breathing to in and out through the nose, if that works for you today. Feel yourself front and back, side to side, inside to outside, top and bottom, in balance. Invite balance, physical balance, and our chi balance. And let yourself take a couple breaths of helium and feel yourself lift up or feel like you're pretending like you're lifting up your hands and you're lifting up your legs without doing it, otherwise, you might be on the floor. And say the password, I am in the universe. The universe is in my body. The universe and I combine together. And when you think of the universe, think of that everything is there. Everything is in the universe. So everything, you are in everything. Everything is in you, and you combine together with everything. And then we sink into being and not being, called song. Qigong relaxation. Our body is holding the form, and we feel the chi balance. We invite balance. And we start to go in and out between physical and light. And we connect to our teacher, our guides, our master, our God, to say, help me with my practice today. Help me, and then XYZ. Help me release the pain. Help me to heal from cancer. Help me to actually understand what my spouse is saying and not get angry all the time, whatever it might be. And we'll take, and then ask, so then you're asking for what you want, excellent, and then just kind of let it go. Or you can put it in your heart as like a little, like a little writing and flame or piece of paper or whatever. And we'll take our right hand over our upper chest, left hand over the lower dantian. This is called forming of yin and yang. Our elbows are out, our fingers are open, knees are still bent, everything else is the same. And we breathe in and out through the nose, and we just feel so connected to everything. Connect to all of our friends here, whether you're coming in live or 60 years from now. I hope you are well 60 years from now. And then we'll move yin and yang. So we'll take our right hand out and down as our left hand comes in and up. So we're going to make this elliptical shape in front of the body. Now, it's up to you how big your ellipse is. Feel it. Feel the chi. Let your body guide you. And your hand can come all the way up to your forehead and all the way down to your lower, down to the bottom of your torso. And you have your fingers open so you can feel the chi. So, like, what does it feel like for you? It can feel tingly or fuzzy or warm or cool. You can see colors. You can taste different tastes or smell different aromas. Allow yourself to, allow your chi to talk to you. Say, I really want to get more in touch with that chi side, the life force that's in me, so we can co-create a beautiful life together. So show me how I know this part of me. And starting in the hands is great because there are so many chi receivers, We've got like the nerve system, so we already have that set up. But then there are these chi buttons in the hands and feet that connect to the different channels the chi runs through. And you might know so much more than me. You probably do. Knowledge is great. It's only about 10% of your practice. Feeling the chi, getting to know your co creator of your life. Slow it down. When you go slower, you have the opportunity to feel more. Like if you haven't ridden your bike for a while and your legs are like, oh my gosh, I'm out of shape. If you go really slowly, it's harder than if you like really ramp up. You go really fast for a while, then you're moving and you're like, okay, now I can do it. But if you try to start off really slowly and your muscles aren't used to it, it's like, oh my gosh, I feel it so much. So, so allow yourself to feel your chi muscles. How's that? Hi, Maria. Did I say hi to you? I think I say hi to everyone. I don't think I said hi to you today. Hello to everyone there. Hello to everyone that we're bringing in. We invite people to come in to our experience and practice with us. Invite your pets, your family, your friends, your house, your garden. Your neighbors, the ones you like, the ones you don't like, for some reason. Invite everybody on the plane of divinity, of life force, of blissful consciousness. And remember, play. That's what we're talking about today. Play, 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 play. So play with your chi. And sometimes I've told you that I am like I am a wheel, right? Paddle, water paddle wheel, and feeling that I'm lifting the liquid light and bringing it up through the body. And when you play, use your imagination. It gives you something for your chi to follow and say, oh, okay, I will go along with that idea and maybe let them feel some pressure in their hands, like the chi is that liquid light. There's a little weight there. So play with your chi. And then let's come back to center. Just check our time. We're good. All right. Fabulous. And stay here for a few breaths. Breathe in slowly, deeply, gently. Breathe out. And feel the breath coming in through the hands into your lower dantian and back out. You can have it go that way. You can breathe in through all the pores of your skin. Have the light gather in the lower dantian and then let yourself feel any extra energy coming out from the body as something beautiful like butterflies. You could just breathe and quietly feel what your hands feel like. Do you feel like you have fuzzy slippers, not slippers, gloves on? Well, or on your feet, absolutely, slippers, thank you. Do you see the light in the lower dantian? And then we'll release our hands down focusing on the light in the lower dantian. Call in all that chi you cultivated, gathering as a ball of light, and then spin it faster and faster and faster. And it starts to condense down into a dot. So he goes faster and faster, gets brighter and brighter, faster and brighter, faster and brighter, until finally it turns into a tiny, little, playful dawn, and you tuck it deep behind your navel. Rub your hands. Check my time. Rub your face. Playfully, feeling like you've brought chi lotion from your heart through your arms, out your palms, and you are giving yourself a face massage and lotion. And think of your skin so young and healthy. And rub our ears 9 times, pulling at the earlobes. That's 5 for me. 8 and 9. And notice what you feel in your ears. All right, let's do a big breath in, 10,000 hands coming out from the body, plus our 2 hands. I want to give everybody enough time to get on to Spring Forest Qigong Live. If you came in later,